from
Etiefo me mamu nyina akwa aba e de ba fa ho die show yi so ene eye ebenada se wa hu me bi ana che se hu se ade ensan because hu me anopai ena nwumre nso wa hu me se de mete na sa Nyankopon aya adom yakwa aba ene ye ba bedi nkomo afa Ghana independence ho. We are Ghanaians, but yet we don't have the freedom in Ghana. All Ghanaians are not free in Ghana. Although people come to our country happy because the country gives such a hope to everybody outside because of the name, what we stood for in the beginning. No, yam papa Kwame Nkrumah ebeje fa ahudie ma Ghana ma America fo bo hwi. Etuntumfo a wa America ebo hwi. South Africa yam papa Nelson Mandela ebe gracie the occasion. Martin Luther King Jr. eba occasion na say. Etuntumfoɔ etitirifoɔ a ɔmo amanɔne eba yɛn kurom Ghana. Esan sesan Ghana yɛn resources sɛdeɛ yɛnim yɛn from tete koko. Sɛdeɛ yɛnim yɛn ɛne yɛn gold, yɛn leathers ne yɛn salt. Ɛnkyene koraa na obroni eba yɛn kurom bɛfa nkyene. Ɛnɛ wofa ahodie wɔ Ghana no ɛte sɛn. Sɛdeɛ yɛn papa Kwame Nkrumah gye fa ahodie a yɛtutu so free saa mmere ne besi nnɛ. Menu a wɔ Ghana papa bi kan asɛm at the age of 61 sɛ unni 61,000 cedis ɛwɔ Ghana na kyɛ sɛ sɛ woda camp, refugee camp. Many Dr. Soga ɛnɛ yɛba bɛdi Ghana ho nkɔmmɔ, an anthropologist a ɔwɔ based in America ɔhwehwɛ nneɛma mu ɔmo na ɔmo hwɛ. I will let him introduce himself. Doctor akwa aba de ba fa ahodie show yi so bio.
Yeah, na ɛna wapom te sɛ
Nyankopon adom, nyame adom.
Ba hima wo ya de pa.
Awurade adom. Na ɛnɛ nso yɛse yɛba bɛtwetwe Ghana ho nkɔmmɔ. ɛne da na yɛ celebrate 66 years of fahodie and independence. Sɛ yɛka sɛ independence a mpakyɛ wobɛtumi introduce yourself na wode yɛafa independence a sɛ fahodie aseɛ kyerɛ sɛn ɛwɔ pɔtɔ kasa mu de ba Ghana kasa mu a aseɛ kyerɛ sɛn ɛne yɛ a ɛfa fahodie ho no ɛsɛ sɛ sɛn na ɛsa nka Ghana yɛhu no nɛ.
Yo. Ti yɛfrɛ me Emmanuel Soga. Be fie din Kofi Mansa. Na me ba US man mo ha me besua ade kakra. Enti adesua no na me di hu sɛ abrabo nipa bɔ no na bakɔsɛm ɛwɔ hɔ a sɛ yɛhwehwɛ mu ɛno na boa yɛn ma yɛtumi akyekyere man pa, ɛno na boa yɛn ma yɛtumi ekuta abusua mu yie, ɛno na boa yɛn ma yɛtumi tumpɔn sɛ nipa abusua yɛte na yɛahyehyɛ ɔman. Enti ne abroni fa no anthropology no ɛno de fa nipa asetena ɛne na bakɔsɛm ɛno ma yɛm. Enti sɛ yɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ na yɛn nananom nanka na wɔn ɛbɔ wɔn bra na wotumi hu sɛ yɛn Africafoɔ no naka nkurɔfoɔ a ne yɛtu mpɔn kɛse paa na nka wiase nyinaa obiara fa baabi a na wɔn ba Africa yɛ tete koraa wokan Bible koraa ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔpanyin bi a ne yɛfrɛ no Abraham koraa no otu anamɔ saa ba Africa. Ɛna ne nana yɛfrɛ no Jacob ɔno so tu anamɔ saa ba Africa. Na afei koraa wosan kɔ Inyiresi abakɔsɛm mu a wɔn nkurɔfoɔ a ne yɛfrɛ wɔn Germanic peoples ɛne Acadians ne hwan ne wɔn nyinaa ba Africa. Sɛdeɛ nnɛ yɛtutu kwan yɛkɔ aburokyire a yɛhyɛ yɛkɔ akɔpɛ abrabɔpa no bɛyɛ mfie bɛyɛ mpem num yɛ atwa mu no na wo mo ba yen krom eba be pesika na wo mo so ba ebe bobra wo yen krom because na de ye wo no wo mo ni bi se na ya bra bo tumpon no na wo mo de no na wo mo ni sa enti wo mo ba yen krom eno akire no na afei wo mo ne ya sha se edidwa enti sa no man nyina ya hwehwehwe ni nyina mu ehu se se ne nepa ye ti a na ye fra yen se Ghana no ayen hihye bi a wo mo aye to ho a kire se yen nyai said ya yesitie si yansan koyechi ankwa nkofa asitra na ye nananum kuta na ye ho bekoso a kire yen pa ebize enada na wo mode adada yen ze yaje fa hodie no enye fa hodie si ye ka se independence no kire se we obi a wonte obi ho ana enye obi ho na wo didi wan we are independent ano kire se wote wo ho so wa kyekyere wa ban wa na wo ye wadwuma enye wo sika edididi wa na wo kyekyere wo man wa na wo bu wo man wa na wo ni kwan a wo fa so wo pe wo sika ede ye wo man ye enti no wo nhwe wo bi ho anase wo nkonkosre wo bi ho ansa na watimi abu man eno ne friend independent na se dia ye nana Kwame Nkrumah oye ya abrofo no tu din say independence no aye ade abrofo no kan so wo mo ahyeda aye ne sa because nanka ye wo ye fa hodie deda ansa na abrofo no bae so eni no si ye ka say independence kra na fa hodie ya je ye fa hodie a na wo hwe twidie no na twidie no kra na eye ya je yen fa hodie na ya fa yen ho adi ansa no wo mo bae so but what the call bro say now independence na kire say wo mo na no wo mo hwe yen saa afedie akire no yen yaje fahude bi afi wo ho yaje yankasa yen amambo ye bu yen ho man afi wo ho nanso enya wo ho ne yaje ne wo yade deda ana wo mo be hye ye so ene pam wo mo koye enti obi a wa be hye wo so wa pam no no wo ye den koka say ono na ma independence
Nti we de doc nyame nhyira ena ye di nkoma fa hodie ho ase kire sen
eti fa hodie no
ehun I to say ensankyereni ana say enye a edi fa hodie achi fa
yeah
wo hu na di
nedi
fi die no emom eye nkoasom
yeah wa say twidie no ne enti
yeah
a ka say fa hodie no
eh
say wa say wo mo pese wo mo yi ase efri brofo die no mu
yeah
so ahu nanso nanka enye saa na se wo mo eyi ase nanka independence no kra no enya de omo ka say ye gi independence so ahu because it is obia fa wade na wo san koje a enye nipa kro na de ade ne ma wo na wo je wade
okay
so ahu eninti no yen ne ebu yen ho deda na ye wo yen kwan a ye di bu mani ade anu wo mo ba ya wo mo ye kataso saa ebe hye yen so ana ye ya ne ka je so okay esi anu motama so ese moko yakasa ye bebu yen ho man
okay
enti so ye ka say independence na ya wo mo ye yi ase aba yen kasa mu no wa se meka se fa wo hodie no ne etwi mi nim se de ye ka no wo ga ana krobomu but ewe mu no yes
Ye,
ablode viwo
okay
ablode
okay
na ablode no
okay
eno kire se ye obi a yetu anamon deda od mi den ablo yetu anamon kra deda ansana
okay
we mu ba be ka yen ho
okay
so what you say
he yeno
Okay.
But it's okay, regardless of the name. What is the, I mean,
Uh-huh.
Heyem, Heyeno, Heyemio. Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Hey, me no chese wudi wo ho so.
Okay, it is a no. Where are we? Are we
Ah.
still? Are we still? Do you feel say Ghana for your war family?
Debi. Yeah. Okay. Ye ni ahusudie. Ye ni ahuso.
Yeah,
Kwa ohudi no, no kra na make us say because of the translation from the independence no ade ba no, it's not even accurate. But let's forget about the accuracy of
yeah, and yet yes, yeah.
na and say see e ka say obi a we in emefa e brofo de nka we independent. Nature say we obi a you don't rely on anyone, you don't depend on anyone. A chimokra dependence no won ti obi so.
What the want to be so?
Aha, won fa ho nti obi so.
Mm-hmm.
And I would ba obra. Wahu. And inti for lack of the we should just embrace the fahude like that. Inti say we obi a wudi ho so dia. And ye na ni kwan say ukoko bo tembia na wo bo bosia uko sresre. Na oye na ajapade a wo wo no. Obi na ba be ka kire say wajapade na wo no say na me meto no. Say one ton sa and ye wuntimi ton wo ba bia.
Okay.
Na ye say unni fahude unni ahusudie.
Yeah.
Inti no menti ase kura se afi bia 6 March na ye budubudu let's celebrate independence enne Ghana wo hwe yen koko a ye wo kura na koko no esi akura na nkobio ya tia atifom se etu esi a China ni Cote d'Ivoire wo mu mienu no na esi a wo moton koko a wo mu abrofo no eto ya wo mu kwanimu yen agudi a ye wo sika koko any jete any other minerals a ye wo nyina ye ni ehun to me say ne pese ye no say ne pese ye ton no obroni eno no decide e ma yen say we say na meto no na ye ni asem bi aka.
Yeah, me feel say enu mom na e kire say Ghana ni fa hodie, but
Eno an
ye ko bobosia de ekro bi aso ye bobosia America for kra de ka.
aha but na me pa kire ne say bio bosia de nye bone so akwa bobosia.
Yeah.
But the fact say bosia na wo bo na wo de tua wo nkrofo ka.
Okay, no.
Bosia na wo bo ansa na wo de see hospitals ni schools. Bosia na tembia bosia. Ana bosia na wo bo no so no kra no. Nipa kro na wo bo ne ho bosia no. Ono ka kire say bosia na wa ba baji no say na mpese o de ye adwuma we say na mpese wo de ye. Na meme nkrofo ana mede beba ama ba ye say adwuma no na wo de sa bosia no kro na etua wo moka.
Na chese wunni fa hodie no no because wuntimi niama e wo wasase no so no.
Yeah.
Wuntimi mfa nhwe wo ho so because
That,
obi na edi ano ma wo.
that's it.
Wono wuni wuntimi nni wankasa ofie ngudie ano.
That,
Na chese school wo hia school no na wutimi de adi wo ho so. Anase hospital a wobetimi e de ahwe wo ho so no. Wunni sika anase wasase no so ngudie no ntimi emfa no ntuaka na emoma bosia na wokobo no wo de no na betua woka that means say obi na edi wo so nti wo hwe Ghana eniama eye japade nyina wo Ghana no obi mom na edi ano eba ne sen na akos yakowie baby a ye gine na eye den so na Ghana fo ma entiase doc the difference between how you educate themselves how education is like and as a Ghana education ubetimi identify where the loopholes where Ghanaian children are emma besia eja omupem ene omutumi mu because it starts from there the minute you don't feel valued nothing around you it becomes valuable because it's a gold the kura wo nchen a untimi mfa gold ni nya hwe because wono mu sign na ofo se Ghana de mpa na ofo se Ghana is say yehwe ye change.
Yeah. Ɛna naka yɛ nana Kwame Nkrumah no wɔpɛ so ɔyɛ. Number one, what sisa educational system na ɛwɔ hɔ no, because during the colonial era no, wɔkɔ school a kwa San 7 na no around. And we know say there be San 7 we have to go more than that. And or the secondary school by. Anna or Sunday friends training college. Na training college no krano na me no pet and na the whole country. Akropon training college and no krano na a Basri mission for NSC Akropon training college. Anna St. Francis training college. Wohokwe. Miensa ana Amejope training college. Enti na the whole country no na training colleges miensa pe. And I know at the time of Kwame Nkrumah time. No, see there we have to add more. And will be a secondary schools. It be school na a year baby ananka colonial masters no. Woman man kwan na koho. Yeah, Achimota. Nti Achimota lower and Achimota upper. Nti Achimota upper na Kwame Nkrumah di University of Legon. So and also AC University of Science and Technology. Said they are better developed because colonial masters, they didn't have any you for us a yes we and develop that. One more agenda and they say young school just to be literate so that we can come and continue to serve them. That's it. And and I know actually not he was Kwame Nkrumah, so no person develop Yankasa so that we can study science in our own language. We can study philosophy in our own language. We can study mathematics in our own language. So until he established the Bureau of Ghana Languages, so that we can develop every region to develop their language, and then they can learn science, develop scientific terms in those languages, so that we can study and understand in our own language. Because when you say language is the key to development.
Yeah.
Now, so we're here now. Ye ni yankasa yakasa. We're here. Yeah, on my yasi bukran. We're here constitutional is based on British Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Our laws are based on British laws. Our accounting system is based on British accounting system. Ye BBA is based on British. And our woman it is the lesser part of what they have. And you can never develop using somebody's surplus materials.
Okay. Okay. It is a okay. I mean, can we now move it and bring it home to where we take responsibility instead of, because it looks like a lot of, I see it a lot to say, if we stand on the fact that this is what was done, this is what, I think we all know what was done. Sign na Ghana, because you see, Obibini Yankasa, and they make a decision. I can never accept the fact to say, Obroni to say the Bible. I explain it and I say what describe or safe and I say or a way evil person. They will always come to drive you away from where you should be. Like, how do we now pick up? Because Indians did the same thing. Why can't we study from the people who were also oppressed and also say the colonial way? Why can't we learn from them and see ourselves as we can develop our own without listening and hating ourselves? Because you see, Ghana or Taino Abro Emra Rollins eba yena MPP form and nanananumwa omusha poisoning Ghana form kola divide Ghana numu se say sense how
Oh, Ebrosa.
Yeah, so say
Ebrosa, now,
Ebrosa.
what was that? Ohima, Nintia, Tembian, we have to go back to hit. There are so many people who are so ignorant. Yeah, we will name all these facts. You see, and before you can move forward, you have to know where you are standing. So, and that's the only way you can move forward. Because Tembiano, a womsa yempenny for no, woman, why yempenny no, one more bar, one more best say, the assay chronomas are the same account. But there's a reason for that, and I'm not excusing them. But one more casano, because they are so selfish, they agree to accept the terms of the colonizer to perpetuate colonization. So, ain't it? With my example, Magufuli. Magufuli, we obey a president, no sooner there, has a US as a medical doctor. He practiced here, and then he decided to go home and to help his people. Into a coin, structures are one who said, that when you can was him. He tried to change them all one by one, one by one, one by one. As a son, yeah, was said English will no longer be the national language. Swahili will be the national language. One more implemented in schools. Okay. And our economic system, no, we're developing in such a way, say, it is no longer based on English economic system. 80 Abrofono, they've seen what he is doing, they realize where he's going. What did they do? Well,
Yeah, what did they do? Because let's because isn't it, didn't they use his own people to
okay,
get
they
him?
use his own, very good. They use
Yeah.
his own people. Now,
Uh-huh.
how did they use his own people? Said
They
there one
organize
more,
them. Some the
the
Bible.
same way I want the year, the same way I want the year, a Kwame Nkrumah, and Akufo Addo papa no so. Yeah, promise you citizenship, land holding in England. Near the, yeah, and they were thinking about themselves. And they didn't stand with the Ghanaian people. In the same way, those people through whom Magufuli, they were thinking about themselves, selfishness. They were
Okay,
thinking
so
about
so
themselves.
so my point is,
Mm.
we know, say, if you're selfish and if you don't know and value yourself, the enemy will get you.
Yeah.
So why don't we teach that? Why don't we educate people? Say, this is no matter how much you teach them the history, they know. You think people don't know the history? They
So
know
now we have to go to how to get out of that.
exactly.
Huh. And then how to get out of that, And no, say, said you, in order to get a shoot, from a stem, you have to understand the stem before you can get the shoot out of it. Because you end up getting a wrong stem,
I
I
think
mean the
people
wrong
got the
shoot.
stem. I
Huh.
think people got
We
the
need to
stem.
know from now, what do we do? Now, what we need to do is say, young ones, young generation now, Aban. Yeah, see, educate to who say, the people, the young people are empowered to know their rights and responsibilities.
Mhm.
So, say, corruption, selfishness, it doesn't go, it doesn't make a nation develop.
Exactly.
Wow. And we have to forego selfishness. We have to forego say because abrabono and about what I can get, but how I can be of service to humanity. So, President JFK, okay, and maybe when he became president, no one who said a lot of the young people at that time, they're always looking at what they can get from the government. And what I say, for a nation to develop, the young people should not be thinking about what the nation can do for me, but what I
Yeah,
can do for my nation.
exactly.
Because it takes people to contribute their efforts to develop a nation.
Mm-hmm.
If we have people who are just consumers, and they are always want, what I can get, what I can get, we don't go anywhere. We bankrupt the nation and we don't move forward. Into
Okay,
the
so
best
how can a
place,
young person be part of a nation building without, did they sit back and watch? What does it look like? Because Ghana form paying for pay your tax
yeah.
Don't be spectator, be a citizen.
Yeah.
How does what does it look like? Because a Chroma, they teach you. You are part
Yeah.
of the decision making.
Exactly.
You
They,
can
they,
speak.
they teach you that. Entina me last me yeah should be one I'm trying to say. The first thing is to get rid of the corrupt constitution that we have and come up with a solid constitution that and teach the children from primary school crown they should begin to know the constitution, to know their rights as their birthrights as citizens of a country, and then to know their obligations as citizens.
Yes.
The Omambuono depends on you. It's not that you depending on the anything I heard, anything I heard in the Ghana. Your coin in our said that will be at to a chance a buying enemy coin. But over Canada,
When is this point?
well, but over Canada, the local government, and they say coin. And
Okay, so who
who
gives?
forms the local government?
Yeah, but who forms? What isn't the local government a body of the government? So if
It
the
is
local government is not
it is a
powerful,
body. Yeah, it is a body of the government. But one say it is a decentralized government to the people. So it's a decentralized government to the people. For instance, Mukrumu mayor. So last now we can say mayor nakasa try who said Adia Maye mayor. He got out.
yeah.
Why? Because he was under pressure. The people were pressuring and said, you cannot do this.
Yeah.
So and he has to step down. Ghana, no, we don't have that. Who appoints chief executives for Ghana? The president. So all that has to change.
So that makes the Ghana man independent because they've painted and they've created this hierarchy of body of people. They are the citizens and you are the slaves because I think they've
and America said
a bunch
it
of
is
slaves
what
in Ghana.
the colonial masters have. The structure now colonial masters used to oppress us. Is the same structure that they've taken up.
Yeah, but the one who has
to,
taken that on and lost whatever the colonial master is the one to blame.
What was that?
The one who lost the structure now, can it way the colonial master no create I was so much I to say way oba wenya way obia wenya nsa. You are in charge of drinking, or you can say I don't want it. So the leaders, whether the colonial master created those structures or those hierarchy now, they should have remembered their forefathers and they should have said this was a method used to keep Africa at the bottom. So let us, now that we have power now, let us change it. Did they?
No. They are not interested in that. They are interested in sitting in the same chair of the colonial master.
Thank you.
To oppress their people. So, because, I mean, that is the only thing they know. And that's the only thing they are aspiring to. Kwame Nkrumah, why did Kwame Nkrumah has this kind of foresight? He had this foresight because what you coin and who say, say na yen penny for no, now ebu my papa crossing, dear Crofway. So he was truly educated, not because they were but he had the wisdom. But he had the wisdom to know the difference between literacy and education. Obi to me schools, university, PhD. It doesn't mean he's educated. He is literate, but he may not be educated.
Yeah.
And Obia Sabi JSS Kura when we, but Sani Pakrono is more educated because Onimyansa Yedi Bumai, Onimyansa Yadi Ekutefie, Onimyansa Yadi Edija Emanko Swoba. So, Enti Yankro Fono, Yempenny Fono, Omo who said the best way of having self-indulgence and gratification is by maintaining the colonial status quo. Because he was trying to change the colonial status quo and to develop a genuine, authentic African governance.
Yeah.
And he says that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless that catalyzes the independence and the total freedom of the African continent.
That's right. I like that speech.
Because he wants to make sure that we have developed a genuine African way of governance. Well, and in Crawford, no woman who said, these people, if they go the way they want to go now, it's going to be a problem. And you see, our young people, no, we have to educate them about this internet, and I want to go back there so they can understand where we were before.
They know. No, the point is say the people who needs to be educated, we know that already. They are stuck between where do we
go now?
Yeah.
So where we need to go now, no, is to start beginning to say no to our politicians.
Yeah.
Politicians be our culture say or the last round I saw me who video be na many aje because a video no na MPB at the morning and morning one come out and no more permanent. We don't want this. We want work. We need a job so we can feed ourselves. We don't want you coming to bribe us with right. And no more sister mona at 2 so no more permanent. So I was so impressed when I saw that. So this is the kind of enlightenment you hear about Ghana. This is a kind of realization. Yeah, you hear about Ghana. Said young people no.
Mamen kan ade we. Wahu ye nyame asem free system no.
Exactly.
Slowly ye nyame asem and na me kan this passage Galatians. I mean that the hair, as long as he's a child, is no different from a slave. While we are hene, as long as say we are kola, now what take wo ignorance mu. Wa ade ni die no wo wa didie wo wa we are the chosen. As long as you remain a child, you are no different from a slave. Though he is the owner of everything. Though say, wuna we owner. Say Ghana ni aya kwala ewo omo jinenja padie e free nensa. Though he is the owner of everything, but he is under guardians and managers until the date set by his father. In the same way also, when we were children, were enslaved to the elementary principles of the world. As some way, but when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law. So that we might receive adoption as sons. And because you are sons, God has sent the spirit of his son unto our heart. Just like Abraham Sunday, na ne slave yere no, ene ne ba no, because oye as a slave. So they send them away. Abraham. So one na nia ye ware no nia ono wo right no
Sarah.
Ofo bi mu a omo ye right. Sarah's children na esese omu di ade nia ye sende no away no
Hagar
no na Hagar ne ba no. Hagar was brought in as a so obi a to say the Ghana ene foot soldiers no mono ye yusu mu wi Utimi so obi wo ho a ode ne ho aba afore ama the elements of the element of the things of the earth. Hwe nyame asem wo ho ho samu yifri abrofo we omo study asem no omo de aye mra wu omo de teach omo ma ena omo de aye mra nti the as a wo Ghanani a wo ye Ghanani wo ya akoa because you remained as a child to the heirs, to the custodians, omo ye caregiver, we a slave. Inti ena yempe infafa wo ya fa as a slave. Eno na Corinthian kano. However, so wonnim asɛm no a ɛnokorɛ no a doctor ɛka sesi ano. Sɛdeɛ ɛhyɛ aseɛ wo position a ɛwɔ ɔman no mu, wo birthright, wonnim asase no ho animudeɛ, through that Christ asɛm no, na wabɛyɛ, you'll be adopted into the children of Christ, or say by the Son and her through God. This is the concerns for Paul. No one who share tetefoɔ na ɔmo agya nsɛm gu hɔ na ɔmo atwerɛ to hɔ no. And then we are just not making sense of them properly. But I can see this repeating itself.
Yeah.
This scripture is repeating itself.
Yeah.
Ghana fa yɛn koa.
Yeah.
Media.
Yeah. Na mami, when you say, well, and no matter from the anthropological point of view, Mekrana has gotten to a point I don't even want to identify myself as a Ghanaian. And I'll explain that to you. And he said, that land, that territory that used to be called the Gold Coast and then now is renamed Ghana. It is a territory that has been planned to maintain the slavery as it goes forward. Because, we were a free people. It was a borderless continent. So long as we are keeping those borders and defining ourselves within those borders, we can never go forward.
Yeah.
We can never go forward. And Ghana as it is, is not a nation. Ghana is just a territory. It's still a colonial territory.
It is a colonial territory. Ghana is a colonial territory. And
you see, it is a colonial territory. So those boundaries need to be broken down. If we want true freedom as Africans, we need to stand and break down all those boundaries and then redesign it in terms of the imperial system, the ancient imperial system na one, kingdom systems na near one, the federation of kingdom systems na near one. That's what we should go back to, and then we will really begin to become independent.
Yeah,
because Libya, the leader of Libya, Colonel Gaddafi, he was promoting that to the sense that he insisted. Said, Nigeria, for instance, is too big. And it should be divided according to the ancient ways. The Biafra,
it's
there
true.
was the kingdom of Biafra, there was the kingdom of Oyo, and then the Fulani kingdom up north. So he was really trying to promote that we should go back to being that way, and then that way we can release ourselves from this colonial structure that has been created.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, but you doc, look at the states. But all the states has power of their own. They are dealing with their own affairs and their own laws.
Exactly.
In fact, some holidays in a certain state are not the same as the other state.
Exactly.
And they understood to the point where trees in promote and then me teacher be on time medjuma obaya chese niam ehunya no ne se chese niam okano me to am say o say oh kodi obo ne kraman ni din se kraman ni yare nti no ono ne partner na tena fie for kraman no
aye
o kraman ne yare
aye
ne partner no atena fie for kraman
and obenya family leave. Because that Kramano is considered part of the family.
Exactly. Kramano your family. Ghana for money found with you. Look at what is happening in Ghana right now. Osha Ghana says Siana. Ghana niba. Ebi unyasini bi.
Ghana need this year. Now the yonko Ghana ni the kontima ebron say animal.
Yeah.
Why? Because this is exactly how the colonials treated us. I'm not trying to play any blame game, but the fact is, we have inherited something that has become a curse on us. Until say we realize that and unroll that colonial mindset, about governance, so that we can basically reinstitute a new way of governance, that shows respect for the indigenous native person. Because they say abaya also we Ghana aban now usma asrafo ni akwa bro Ghana for what reason?
Yeah, because
on my brain and yes sir.
Just because we sojani akodi ni twe anajo undisciplined sojani a ono wako obi ne girlfriend Ghana wa hu me se koye obi bone wonam ho wa hu Ghana se yenya bone wo ho enye se yenya bone o Ghana ye bone kro say the people has no peace until you obi kakra bi yemfum obi we yemfa ye ho enye to say we don't bear with each other anymore. As some na Bible ne kind, we don't have a court system. The court system is even broken. Our traditional system na sanka yeko elders hono so na it is corrupt.
Yeah. Because one moment mami my example. Talk be afede. Yeah, wo ho for hine kase. No oje no mama no your friends and per diem. Per diem any ex gratia. And Obusa say, why are you giving me ex gratia? Yeah. He said, I am still in place. I haven't finished, I'm not saying goodbye to you. Okay, I still have a few more years to go before I complete my term of service. So why are you giving me ex gratia? And was Andy Musika Amawomo. Say, use this money to take care of those who need it. When we said the Omar criticizing he's sabotaging the government, and I find saying that would be a woman as Gracia was him as Gracia because I don't think I deserve it. So, and Togbia for them this time he's working with the chiefs in the Volta region to make sure they maintain their towns and villages in a way that will maintain peace and development gradually. Enti ama ono akasa odinisika apushia mahama tam na wa look at this. Look at this. Let's look at a bow no na ni yahwe mo ebo
soja ni ba akopa owu yo soja ni a wakodi ni twe wo de tie undisciplined souls somebody me say obi ya bone wo Ghana obi foforo will pay for it.
Yeah.
Ghana independent yensuo eni yade Ghana we ekura we yo independent no we have independent in Ghana chese chese oju ade no ho kura you can't even like unti ase ndi ohwe we Facebook na wahu the way ankrofo emma chi wo Ghana no hwade yeah we are independent country
we are not independent. Well, now Yabua or say the Westerners understand the laws of the universe. Madam Fo, my main candy woman enchiro. The Westerners do not understand the laws of the universe. And the way that they've come to know about the universe is the native people in those places.
Yeah, but Doc, the point is they've learned. We all have to learn.
That's yes. They've learned, but what did they do? Mu Canada hono, yama obi kwan say forest e wo hono onko twitwanto ho. Yama obi kwan so anyiko eza.
There be because they learn.
But look at that. But they come to our countries to come and uproot ours.
Because we allow them, Doc. And only they we allow them. Only that's anyone who. Me fear. Now wo me tasha sa de we nso. Ghana ni tinifia onfa ono ne mpaboa a odi fia bontin ko run ne dem. But emo oba wo fia no person odi ne mpaboa be abetena wo living room. Ma hye sa de ne nso nti you can't tell me say me am me fie no if I allow that person to come into my living room. No, the Nempabo fia bontia. You are going to blame or no or the Nempabo and be ram them. We need to be able to identify where the line should be drawn. And when the I want us to take
you see, Debbie, you have to see deeper than that. It's not that simple, mommy. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
If it's not that simple, then it's hard for them to.
I've given you some illustrations. For instance, show Papa Gaddafi said, "You are buying my oil. My oil is the best in the whole world, and that's why you're using it as jet fuel. I am not going to sell it in dollars. I will sell it in gold. You have to pay me by gold." Okay, so they started. They pay him in gold, and he amassed a whole lot of gold. And then later on, he decided, said, "There's no reason why, my people should not have the freedom to move about. So if you want to go overseas to go and study, I will give you money to go and study. If you finish university in the country, you can't find a job, I will pay you until you find a job." He was doing that. And there was no homelessness in Libya. But the moment he talks, said, "Now I am going to be loaning money to my brother and sister countries in Africa to develop without any interest." What did they do? What did they do to him?
They killed him through his own people.
Okay. So the point is, the same way slavery story no. But the fact is that it is not true. The network that they set up and built in 1884 to split African countries and to create those boundaries, those networks are still there. Those networks are still working.
And your Doc, that means that from what you are saying, Africa will never be free, because
we will not be free unless we push ourselves to get rid of those boundaries. Because look at most of West Africa and Central Africa. All the French-speaking countries in West Africa and Central Africa, every year they have to deposit 25% of their gross domestic product in the bank in France. If they don't do it, they are penalized.
For one, what are they? What is the penalty?
Oh, the penalty is that right now, most of the companies that are hiring people in these countries are all French companies. All right. So the French companies will shut down. They will demolish every structure that they have built. They will bring their soldiers to take you out and kill you. So they tried to do that to Senegal, and Senegal decided, "Listen, we don't want your CFA. We don't want to deposit our money." What did they do? They went there and destroyed all the infrastructure in Senegal. So now Senegal is working hard to rebuild themselves. But it takes a visionary like the current president of Senegal to do that. But the weak leaders we have in Africa, they are afraid. They don't even want to go there. And Tessa, why is it that every time people, finance ministers or foreign ministers in any French country has to go to a meeting in the UN, they first have to go to France for a conference, a pre-UN conference in France, and to be told what to say, what to do before they go.
Okay.
Well, and when they say that we should stop blaming Westerners and take responsibility for our actions, excuse me to say, it's a statement of ignorance, because you don't know all that is there. The structures that they've put there since 1884, no, Mami, those structures are still working out for them, and they knew exactly what they do. So as we are thinking, they are also thinking of how to even beat us up more. So it's not that easy. Yeah, yeti Canada, yeah, yeti US, yeti UK. Say you can so things are going on, right? So we see that and we think that we should be able to do what is going on here in US. But mommy, the structures are not the same. You see, the structures are not the same. The momentum and the value systems and the political and the economic structures that they have based on which they develop, it's not the same. So it's not that easy. Say, Yebeka say, we should be able to do what the Westerners are doing. And maybe a program nam can say the way Dr. Ren no compare yang to Western democracy near said this is how democracy works. There is no such thing as democracy. Okay? Because in reality, well, I haven't lived in Canada very long, so I don't know. But here in the US and even in the UK, there is not really democracy. It is the rich people who control the countries. They control the political and economic systems in this country, in the United States. In UK, that's what happens. It is the rich people who do that. So when you have a hidden oligarchy, you can't have a true democracy. Japan, which is the most advanced country in the world, does not practice Western-style democracy. Korea, as we have it, does not practice Western-style democracy. China, for all we know, they don't practice Western-style democracy, but they're all highly developed. So the point in it said, we are always trying to copy what the Westerners are doing, thinking, said, theirs is the best. So, Sanya Bob Marley, unless we emancipate ourselves from the mental slavery to think, say, the Westerners are the best. They hold what is best. We should follow what they are doing. We will continue.
Actually, I think it's a learning subject.
It's a learning process.
Yeah, that I
Sure.
don't think say we should just say it as I say we think their thing is the best because we all live here and we know say it is good for
Now,
us.
Mami, who built that? No, let's fix the fact. Who built Canada as it is? Who built United States as it is?
Collective people
Dabi,
from all sorts of
Dabi. The foundation that you have in Canada right now, and the United States and the Western world, was built by our people. The slaves they brought to these countries, they were the ones who built these countries with the plantations, with the industrial work, with the hard work that they did. So now they are building on what our people have done. What
they
did they do?
use that. At the end, say, Omu use to yen. Omu use to obia. Osha Canada, for example, the history is there. It's not far. When things started to unfold and what they did, what the Canadians abrofono mbedu hano, amongst them no kurampo no way pre me na me wa Alaska, me na me wa Quebec side, me na me wa Ontario, deben me na ebi bufa mu ha, eno mo ko chichire na ye province. And yet black people nkoten. What I'm trying to say is say they used everybody. We can yeah, no young problem back on so when say collective collectiveness. I say through the suffering, I say black people has lost the ability to do things collectively.
Yeah.
Yentimi ntena negotiate adie. Ye argue obi point a lot without considering, say, it is possible or part of it. Because ya bre to me, no ya kasa with ya wododo. Yeah, abrofo wa abotre. Eno no mo de wini yen. Let's acknowledge the fact na me yemfa bufo nka say omo anya hwe. Yeah, it takes a way obi a asem way James can wa say endure the suffering, and out of the suffering no, you see obe persevere. Ma komo na kakra obibini nim saa passageway. Doc, yen nyina yete abrocho obroni nim saa passageway pa. It is within their laws. They teach you how to even put dollar. Even sikakora, the way money is managed, ewo kromwa, ema wonyo we anibrini. Ema you thrive to invest small. Yema usika boom sa just like they teach you discipline. Doc, my testament ho. I've tested myself, but my testing system kakra. They teach you discipline. The more you make effort, the more you get. Some will take it, but it teaches you discipline. As I said, woman, beyond the thinking, your ability, your wire now, a person, edi deno. Obroni test still, pa. Then they know how to test people. For example, credit card system. The credit system, no. Nanu ya me ya say me credit me repair. Nanu ya me ko yi sika bi shift sika bi fee baby. Me de kofa baby no. Me wa ha na American Express nso afra me. Wo wo ha na TD se bra beji we. Wo wo na credit card we Royal se beji we. Wo wo na ye say your amount increase. Almost congratulate you before you even say yes no. Or say congratulations. Unkan yes o. Isso was congratulations. No asama benefit say sika no de amount koko use we ko use $7,000 no. Mema mu $300. Che say everything obroni eye bia no nyansa intelligence ewo ho. So we must acknowledge the fact na yensua because eno na abo omo man. Omo discovered people. Why don't we learn and discover somebody also as black people? Yema yensu yentimu yending. Na say yesi yebe, just disregard the facts. It's not gonna. I know Dr. Rain sorry, almost third force you. We never agree. Out of Ghanaian, something will come out. We never want to build upon something. We always want to dismantle. It's a mayan crony ni found.
Yeah, true. And one who said, it's easy. It's easy for us to see. Because we are looking at things from the middle of the movie, but unless you go back to the beginning of the movie, you don't get the whole picture, and that would help you now to catapult yourself into the future. Because in 1500s, and just allow me to just go back a little bit, 1500s, all our labor force war Africa, Mansa Musa benefited from it. The labor force that made Africa so popular. Yeah, the power of Africa was able to destabilize the trade market in the Middle East. So labor force now, it produces so much, agricultural products. Yeah, they call Middle East, China funyina ba Africa beto aduane na wo mu nibi. Yeah, yen crofo kra ko ho kire o musade yedo. Sa labor force ni nyina, about 95% of them, except the elderly, the weak and little babies, were left behind. The able-bodied ones were all shipped away. Okay, Obi said, okay, that happened 500 years ago. So why are you still talking about that?
Yeah.
Well, it is still important. Why? Because we lost the foundations that would have helped us to be way ahead. So we are now basically where we are right now is based on the weak foundation that we've been left with.
But the weak foundation we could have built on it. What somebody said is
Mommy,
valid. That happened ago because Indians were also broken.
500 years of mental and psychological ingraining is very deep.
But Indians went through the same things.
It takes generations upon generations upon generations to what? To come out. What Obia o ni papa fie ya onim say me papa was slaves. Onye juma, onye hwe. He has time to read books. He has time to be playing with things. He has time to do. How do you compete yourself with the child of that person, with a child that whose father has to work on plantation and come and feed him in the middle of the night? How do you compare yourself to those two people?
Dog, you can't. Why? Because
So
one
the point is
prepare
where we
what prepare man eba no.
exactly.
Na nkwala omo ma no ehyehyɛ skirt wo ho. E na
Yeah.
omo afɛ gloves. E na wo nso no wo pene so sɛ wo ma no e wo kitchen muchia e na wo no wo kwa anadwo a no wakɔdwo nso agu wo ma no so. So you need to understand the process also. What happened? And we are talking about the same thing. Oh. What happened? We are talking about the same thing. The history is ingrained, it's there. You can't erase it.
Correct.
The fact of the matter is, when do we now take the history, make it a strength rather than weakness?
Yeah.
That is the language that need to be changed.
Yeah. So yeah, and that is important. That is important. But I think that we still need to grapple with the facts. Now we besides how did Tanzania do it? Yeah, Tanzania did it. They are where they are now because number one, see, Tanzania doesn't have the gold and the things that West Africa has. Okay, so the Westerners know they are not so much. What they Kenya, Tanzania.
Anyway,
So they don't have the things that we have. So
RMG, as I say, you're changing in Kuro because the more work biribinu na obeyfu ani bro nti
exactly.
That can say, as I say, also Ghana for no entity no. Unya sika yebekun. Uye yebebia yebekun ni madia yebekun afiabusia mu no bi na doctor kanu.
And yes, our own people. Because
no,
Abrofono, exactly. So Inti Sankrofono, yeah, they can go because Kenya almost share than Bibia, just a Sahara. And a honest normally echo Sahara vacation. No, so yeah, they seem to be developing better than us. But we have what they need for their subsistence.
So, Doc, how do we now? How do we go ahead of them? How do we think ahead of them?
Now, I like what you are saying. Let's learn from South Korea and Malaysia. Yes, the way to go ahead, and it said, number one, we should dismantle the borders. Me African, me call a year. Just as me say, I could G visa and San Marco. We need, number one, we need to start to dismantle the borders. Then, secondly, we need to ensure, say, yempanyifo na womo aton womo ho ama brofuno eyusu womo. Yeah, the country is losing. The young people should remove them out of there. Timbia meka say primaries, political primaries in the back. Young people run for those primaries. Yeah, run for those primaries. Okay, and then insist that party be our youth organizers. Okay, why are they organizing the youth people? Just to get votes. So if they're organizing the young people to collect votes, then the young people should stand and run for those primaries and get rid of those old cronies out of the system. So get rid of all those cronies. Quentin Mepe Rollins Assembly. Rollins was by no young, 29 years old. You know what he did? He got rid of all the corrupt generals and got them all out of the system. And then he tried to move the country ahead. So the young people need to stand up and run for those primaries. Okay, run for those primaries and get rid of the old people. But the most important thing is Ohima, let's make some time and really try to start giving some education about governance to the young people in Ghana. Let's try giving them education so that they can have a little bit of confidence to know that, because you can run, but if you don't know what you're going to do when you run, it's useless.
Doc, do you think, say, they should be on the internet and I say, yeah, organize some conferences because Ghana for some for.
Yeah.
I'll say this without any way being any reservation.
Yeah.
Ghana for some for we spoil things because we are so hurt.
Yeah.
That's what I say. We are hurt. We've not grown past our pain. Into Ghanaian destroy things.
Yeah.
Even I'm looking at it from even our small circles, homes, workplaces. Baby a Ghana for will be a kuromu abrochi. Koshe Ghana for adwuma mu a, especially the miserable places, you know. They say baby a yeye semina, baby a yeye dokuno, baby a ye o park boxes kekewu. Obroni aye anase engineers a engineer stretcher. Na wo Ghana ni brabet na ho nafa box gu we ya, nafa we gu na stretcher na mfa nkonko loadi bibi keke no. Ghana for kokko hokko kontokwa. Inti se Ghana for na omube even during elections abrochifo omo de o my ideas e call Ghana for political parties na timi fa idea no obronsam Ghana ni nims negotiating so ben negotiate ade anase oni obi ebeye nhyehyeye se udibi na mendibi inti media to tell that I have a lot of things in my head that me pese me ye eno akra me da akra me ye video bi but I had to say there me I have to say who emma mfaso because everything that is good Ghana ni say no inti doc I think say for young politicians I think say media say me no kasa na ye bibia nia opese osua bibi na ye invite ekrom ha for young another inspired Ghanaians omo system names ama na say Africans omo do top e wo krom ha no na ye pair omo together na ye fa materials e wo krom how you can govern said the be ya hwe unkoje bribe ma utimu nya den Ghana for hwe the only way you can dominate on this universe in this universe or on this planet na obetimi ameki a mark and now say mobetimi esi dan yi a esisi ha yi a yehu te say Jerusalem dan yi and say sa heaven dan no aje uma utimu odin ade etimodin a ebro asase we tirimodin se meka tirimodin a me nu etimase se bo wo hu etimodin se me nje bribe wia free one kasa wo botom se wo be bo hu wo be bo kro no a bo free wa wo botom
and we are one kasa ho.
Yes, that's the only way you will teach you will know say that's how you will see say you are taking something away from you. So wo se wo pese wo twa obi atro twa ho atro na miss your appointment na wo dey call baby twa atro twa wankasa ho obroni teach sa de we in a plain language akere ne ma aye ma ensa can be into doc me I don't believe say meba betra internet so doctor na wo kire Ghana ni how to govern mama ka sem chow NPP for bekwa ko wia de akoye awudisem
Debbie na some I'm not saying that we should do it here
live
Debbie last me call Ghana me frau no some ka se me kire
yes
and that's what we need to do and then even crown we anyway we'll talk but idea here because actually na me microphobia we decided we were going to create an NGO in Ghana which is called the Organization for Public Education. OPED.
That's a
so
good
that GOPED rather, the Ghanaian Organization for Public Education, is to basically educate and to implement those in the schools. And feasibility studies now say the way the educational system has been hijacked by these MPP people to the extent that they are even changing the history.
Yes.
Or say the Ministry of Education, they won't buy into our thing.
No, it's true.
Yeah. And so we let it go. But that is what is very, very important. to teach people to know, say, they have the right, to stand firm and to fight for self-governance, and at the same time to look at how they can build their self-value to contribute to nation building. Wow.
Wow.
Our tribal attitude is a hindrance. White people don't have tribes. Hey, who told you they don't have tribes? They
But
do.
doc, asɛm a ɔkaeɛ no, woni
Uh,
ma menkyerɛ wo adeɛ bi.
yeah,
Obroni ne obroni hyia a, mɛfa no sɛ wei ɛfiri Czech Republic.
yeah,
Anasɛ Peru. Mɛfa no sɛ aborɔfo mmienu wei yɛ Peru ni, wei ebi a saa nkurɔfo yi a wɔn gu construction yi mu bebrebe yi. Nea ɔka English paa ɛne nea ɔnka English a ɔno nso kura language no. Doc, wɔn hyia na wɔn di nkɔmɔ a. Nea ɔka English paa no tries to find himself or herself, trace himself to nea
back to them.
Yeah. Doc, Ghana for ni saa adeɛ no bi. Nti nea ɔka no, the tribe ne ɛyɛ what has divided us. Ghana ni is rather finding something to take away, to distance themselves even further from you. Obroni no trying to connect. Ghana ni trying to distance, find something. Ghana ofri he. Oye kroboni. Ofri he fa ewe. Oye igbeni. Enzemani bane wo. Na wakai ne nana anansesama yetu chire no about enze. Ene wo de hwe. Wo de the sad thing they say, the tribes with stigma are also abusing the ones now. The majority thinkers now Ghana Ghana. They are trying to also join them to say there wabeshia Puerto Rico ni obibini ni Puerto Rico ni and I say we Italian ni fo so ye papa say bibini and I say we Ukrainians of so ye papa say bibini. Iti Ghana de ne de akoye very deep.
Aye, na se ma ni nyina no but na make say psychological ingrain no. Ni nyina high adwen. Number 1, what they have said in the olden days, we lived as, neighboring territories. We traded among each other. We traded this. The moment Nkrofo ba ya almost started plotted, divided. Yeah. Look at Ewe land, for instance. Whatever Ewe land. Look at Ewe land. How many countries do we find Ewe land? 4. Okay. Dagbon people, northern part, now they were one people. There was Mamprusi kingdom. There was Sisala kingdom. Now, when they came and divided and lumped tribes together, they are blaming each other. See, that's all part of the tactics.
Yeah.
So that's all part of the tactics. And to think we are blaming ourselves, which is okay. But that's the whole point. That's the part of the agenda of the Europeans to create a situation where we will turn against ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
Because when we turn against ourselves, they are stealing from us and we are blaming each other. We are focusing on blame. It's all part of the network that they drew back in 1884. You see, in Berlin. So
but
we have. Yeah.
We all need to accept the fact that we are not the same.
Yeah.
My education, I work in education system.
Yeah.
Everybody is different, and the world need to embrace it.
Yeah.
The difference between Ghana for no yang making a toxic ne, the difference between Ghana and Obroni ni say and I say we Western world ni say they knew very well and they've done extensive, including yourself. They allowed you to educate and they took your ideas and are working with it.
Yeah.
They understand differences in human behavior,
Yeah.
the species, our different, they understand it. And they allow it to exist because they know the universe. That we are saying, I allow yen to exist here.
Yeah.
What more? I'm no share with DRC.
Yeah.
Omo no mu ta chance so mu kunkum eliminating no mahu say asase no the more na omo discover na tremo. Sa na nipa tie, the more you are killing certain people no more no mu tre. In history tells us say people certain races they tried to eliminate them, they didn't happen.
Mame ka asemo
Me Ghana no our language, the language we didn't master in. Because you see how the differences are what Ghana but the language in say we need to learn how to love each and every one, the differences and embrace, acknowledge, acceptance. You see, they true in language, education field, Ghana need that to recognize our differences and see it as rather positive.
Well, so Kenya. What they Ghana they grow. Kenya. Tribal wars. Kikuyus are fighting with Merus. Merus are fighting with Kamba. Kamba and Merus are fighting Kikuyus. Ujama, Mame, it's not easy. Yet up to today. So if there's election, Nandu say, say Kikuyu man and a winner, they will cause commotion to make sure say Kikuyu man has won. Yeah. So, and then if they won't win, they will continue to cause commotion. Until for the last 12 years, they've been making one particular Kikuyu man prime minister by force because he's constantly running and constantly he's claiming say he's been cheated. And then his people are behind him. In order to create peace, then they make him prime minister. And he's been prime minister for 3 consecutive times now.
Where in Kuala, they are babies.
Mommy.
Yeah.
And I say, who Nigeria cry, I don't cry, Kankai. Igbos and Yorubas and I feel the thieves and other tribes in the eastern Nigeria, they fight among each other. Kankan Igbo for Yoruba for the woman can crack.
Yeah.
So, and the reason is precisely because it's all part of the network of 1844 to lump us together and to set us against each other because we were independent kingdoms of tribes. And then they came, split up the tribes, split up the kingdoms, and then lump tribes together. I say, my main kind of plain. The way Asante Fuafu said, woman is a superior tribe in Ghana. Look at that. Look at it. Now, but when you look at the other tribes, there seems to be a lot more collaboration between, the Voltarians, Northerners, Krobos, Gans, and then you will never see, say, Asantini, any Voltarian, Kabumai Bibi. You won't see Asantini, any Northerner, Kabumai Bibi. Constantly, they consider themselves, say, they are superior. Why are they superior? Precisely because, even though they were the latecomers, because, Obroni Nebaya, power to fight and take away land for them, and they bestowed on them to be a kingdom.
Yeah.
So they first said the moment the colonial master has given them a kingdom, that means that they are superior to everybody else in Ghana. Anything Ghana because colonial
so for so many years now, I mean, as I'm not so it is so tiring. For so many years we've been under this thing. Yeah. Do you think, say, for how many years? Over how many?
At least close to 200 years, going to about at least 150 years.
Okay, 150 years. Do you think we can take 4 years to even make a way?
a little difference we can, because we.
Hey, now
But
what you know we baby a way for yi. We say way for way for
Kenya for no.
Kenya for Nigeria for and then no I'm say Jamaica. Yeah,
And America said it is all part of the plan, to keep us going like this. When we say when they are fighting like this, when we say Oma be general say ye be patanto kwa. Now so
because
Russia
say
and Ukraine for ye. Well,
there be Russia and Ukraine for ntokwa na empen for ntokwa. Emu bombs akese ya wo bomb.
So
bomb. It's almost
woman fire ho kra. Mo de mo nkum ho ye mfa mo.
Exactly.
Because the more I kono, the more na near one woman babaji.
Yeah.
Doctor,
do you have any last word na?
Mame, me last word and say, we should understand, say, near ekosu. You see, if we can have compassion with what is going on, then we can begin to see how we can move forward. Because Obiasora say, hey, black man, and a black man. So when we have this mentality, say black man, yeah, we can't move forward.
Doc, yeah, and no correct.
Obia enye. What a krum ha yeti, racism I work krum ha, say asem ketwa.
And yasem ketwa, but through at least someone yeno. We say, Unya Chiomon.
Obia enye. By it's too ingrained. It's too ingrained. And say yenya compassion, Maya who said, we are also worthy people. We can do it. We can move forward. We can do even better. What they say, African students are teach Ghana for a back US we top the classes. We top the SAT scores. The best in the whole United States of America. Who would have dreamt, say, Ghana Niban Babenya, the highest score in all of the United States? Who would have dreamt that can be possible? But, and yes, it cannot be possible, but people don't think of us that way. So, young Ghana for Crown, we don't think, say, many of Ghanaians, we don't think, say, we are even capable to do something better than Abrofon.
Oh, I for that I defer. Ghana for I think say no Ghana. I say it all the time. Say the most hard workers by Indian.
But I say the mentality that we have, is said we can't even do better than them. That's the mentality. Entina, some of my examples say, what by US has here? Ghana for a workman. Who besides say why? How many of us are doctors? How many of us are nursing managers? How many of us are engineers? How many of us are lawyers? Very few. But for Nigeria side, no correct. Because somehow we think of ourselves, say, oh, we are inferior, we can't do. I didn't come like that too. I competed with them.
Doc, I know they are inferior, ntimi say, ye ni moa. Hwɛ Indiani obeko school because oni nipa 5 na share dan. Afen so okoba a obenya part time a obetimi akọ anytime ope because ne nkrofo abuebu adwuma wa. Look, Ghanaians lack a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And I say we don't have the help. And I would try so obeboa wo nua no. Say Ghana ni aba na wa beso ni nua. Oba ni nua to dan. I hear so many horrible stories okurum a we are so opportunist to the fact to say opeso be you soon inti se okra bibia ono de babe na Ghana ni te wo kra ono enya adwuma odi eti obi asem bi oka kene me Ghana ni te wo ono nya adwuma wo kwa adwuma na waba na wo garbage si ho no wo ba beto garbage no nso otu fie
but what we say ni ti America san say hwe yen crofo yi last negotiations are almost a year for oil. Okay. No one catch it. Bronini said, okay, I brought my machines. Bronino, I brought my machines. We're going to work. I'm going to pay people. So my share should be 55%. and then the country will have 45%. Well, Ghana phone mpanyinfoɔ na wɔn ɛyi n'ano no. Wɔn say, oh no. If you like, cry, you can take 70%, okay, and then we can work it out so that we take 20% and then 10% should go to the country. Another issue I actually said, gold mines are almost a juma on person mutu a juma for cam no munyeska akran. Ghana phone penny for na one in air catcher bro friends say mamuntia don't increase their salaries, otherwise they will get too much money, they will start opening kiosks, they won't come to work. So we are humiliating ourselves before the Obroni. Obroni na wabana or no crowd on him so by the or take 55%. Now you 45 no. Yeah, so 55 no crown is Fabika.
Oh, na doc na wa hwe scenario ya o man. But obibini papa.
Ain't he says and ka wonyi who say we inferior. Would you be thinking like that? You see?
But then why is it so like it's more prevalent and then no I have to say we show it to say yendo ya ho kura we no Ghana ni empe ne ho I have to say on say ode ne ho so a ofo say eye bone I have to say ode ne ho so a eye taboo inti Ghana ni di ono ane pekoshe like when did that start? Because it's
all part of the ingraining because one of their children said, "You be behind it."
But doc, Ghana no, and yeah, mamma no na moshe, and yeah, na no moshe.
Yeah, sir, me no generation, me no generation there. Yeah, mamma no, one of the Ghana values and men kasi Ghana kura, what we am traditional, and no mo de atete, and you bruni there. And so and now Obroni dear no and the editing collar was school. And Uncolano so one more copy of Brofono. Say, this is we want to be like them.
But doc,
we are not proud of ourselves.
Doc, emra achimota boy be abranti abemu ebia na waye dread. Oko achimota. Mistress omo school officials and say omo njeno no school officials no omo ye over 50 so
yeah
Ghana fo a omo ede wankasa wonyuni ebedi watem sa wo hu nyefe hwe kromu afonkola university fonkola wo hwe scientists wo hwe teachers fo a omo ndresse wo hwe omo ye adwuma as a hospital top staffs no ultimately say they are not or your book they are book I have to say they don't dress up. Researchers they are not fancy people. They make big money.
You don't have time to be wearing this.
Yeah, but Ghana anybody what them say we you kolo because saying won't dress it.
Yeah,
it's so these people now omukasa I am paying toto for intermediate me for say
woman paying now unim ni ntia woman paying toto for no because woman at Aqua School, acquire PhD name Juan, and they learn the Obroni principles. So, ain't you know, unless we change our educational system, to bear on our traditions, that is very, very important. We have to change the educational system to bear our tradition. Now, Niamistrone said, "Your tradition, it is we are losing it." Ain't you know? We have to go back and bear on our tradition. If we can go back, Sankofano, ehia pa, ehia.
Enra papa bi a oye Jamaicani, oba adwuma no, me mana hom ahene kese pa. Oh, meja me ba ni amediko decorate mi wo bebre mi wa ahene pa akakaraka me sheda ma me obi ba boto be we. Tiama aka nanka me beton e na aka me dem mu a. Tia na me ma omo pe African even ye male boy be a guy be a the male or the we pure later say ye be a registered male no the ba ono kra me ma na hene me teachers amani omo principals amani omo ye adwuma nyina no masen ahene sometimes my mom ye plate no na ma je omu me mom di first name no e ma maame sa plate gold plate no ma tro din so na ahene no almost everybody I work with no ahene enekura me che obi me yi niama no me che teacher baako 3 ahene 3 o share o se kai I feel something. This man came, one of the man, be me man, I ne kese bi oba no shefugu kese pa ono so so wa. To oba no na fu bi esi na nim na me say, "Hey, oga Igwe, today where are you going?" Or say, and now Felisa in the spirit, or I'm purging my spirit. Just say, or Fele African.
Yeah.
I didn't see a tuntum to send the edikwa ye. Na mi say, "Oh, the coin." So ye won crofo a me say Ghana, I don't think me sham painful bebrea. Omunim Ghana mamre. Jamaica fompo afa Ghana mamre. Edi ayo mudia.
What they are media?
Obroni bi anano obefa ne ba ye di nkomo broni fita ne tinwi wa ye ne dread. Ba je so ye raggedy kakra. Nti ono kure ka chem say one me ye brother and sister. Ye asem aba.
And I ain't Ghana for yen pay again.
Debbie.
Share news anchors Ghana television sa wo nyina wo hwe a o ma address say me na ye to ho me hu Ghana ni a wa hye Ghana news anchor wa hye Ghana tade pa front ma say surface se na nanka ye no David Kote no obeka news a no we grow ne Ghana to ma no abetena ho no oka news.
Johnny,
you don't see that.
Johnny,
What share your court system? Yeah, that's why share Ubroni wig na. What share titi no, Mammy? Enti what share win me na? How do you develop? So Ubroni krana or no nanka what action? We jani the show.
But isn't there a law society to fight this? Isn't there an organization to fight to stop reminding us of colonialism?
That's the problem. That's the major problem. I said, until I make us young people, no, it's time for the young people now
to stand up,
to rise, because everywhere, no, the young people are the future of the country. And you know, woman say, "See, yes, original, nah, but they need education, they need guidance." Yabua or Kasem said, the problem is leadership. Yeah, the problem is leadership, but and Crawford last who interview women one more running for presidential. So when you share suit in the better now.
Doc, which is suit to Ghana one so but next time I want to see you in an African share. Sadie no doctor. Bema or share Sadie no minim se muhu. Do you look in the mirror? Who shall lace be an answer to matter? Do you see principal of farm where you Mr. Suban? The buyer, one of the hockey stars in Ibiwa, or more, one of the leagues in Ibiwa. It's a gofunim in Babo in the Anomon. We Carl Suban and Nebano, Jason Nematu Nina, one of the stars when Ibiwa said the two. Ono my farm in the board, no. Me mama me pam or sonwa. Me mama me pam linen papa bi and a lace. Na or share at the Kodeon si mavis. Say, Onyaya, uncle Bepim pam sanya man or share obia. Also, chromo for a moon shenia making kinsa like it's too much. Sagana ni bema shesanya mana the way you look. Unisika why you sikeni by force. Uhunya fekura wanimu nya fekura na ade na ehye na de tumi bi abedwira automatically na especially say wo de ahene anase be ma ohye sa ahene rade nyankopon efe panti doc ya na wahye bi wan
mate ba no address me no ma.
Oh yeah, it looks good even if you dress pant na wahye top na
yeah
ben kwame dress pant no now the entuma we no samata efe makes you look
one say akwa say grofo ya me do me ho aba omo a ni omo ya adwuma Catholic bishops no and professorial group near you to know. Then be our conference where 18 afena after studying men who say anthropology in India abua me pa men who say we've thrown away valuable things about our culture. I didn't it's something that we Mankasano, I have to sakra about my wardrobe. I said Mesha Sena me me wardrobe mojo. Me kofi nanwe me share atade bi ana atade na me share no wo mo ka kire me say nana obi ba o se nana na me se menya nana o se wo ye nana na watade ya wo share die eno kire say wo ye nana
Yeah.
na me say sa wo se na me say okay me ba me pesa me de photo yi kire na hwa de me well ana ne yedin komo enti any I don't know if you can see it.
Exactly.
So enti they are checking no my cousin our UK or medical doctor, you know, din his 60th birthday. Ana the original nifa so hon. Or a high court judge. I was a second D. Bridget. Also my cousin back on. And a try photo no almost from say, hey Nana, as for this one there, you look like Nana.
That be we as and I know Ghana for a equipping for Christmas party. And Tadia she Ghana for pa mano. Hey, and to me video no. I think say non Ghanaian say why are they all now wearing African wear?
Yeah.
I deliberately say me ntuma na ekoye because wohwɛ Ghanafoɔ yɛn ntoma taadeɛ hwɛ
Wow.
ntoma
I don't know.
ntoma na mepam yɛ because wohwɛ the way a yɛteɛ paa na hwɛ ntoma because I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but we can style ourselves. Na no make hot renfru ntadeɛ ne bo dendenden. And I make a home to man, say, oh, where the Ghana tomorrow. So, make a call me so much 7,500.
Hey,
Adenya, yet the leather, tia be
at the one.
at the two in no. And I see you, sir. Go to York Dear Mall, Canada, and Toronto, York Dear Mall, and then my board, make my video crown. And they make, na me, then week later, na me call on, na me shaman to ma. Na me fam bag kura me te say Irish ni abaiwa. And I me ko rasta because purse baako wo ho enam 5,000 ni 7,000 ni empaboa baako te say untimi nko China for na enam ho any Ukrainian for ne Russian for na enam ho. I'm telling you almost ska kromo ska wa ha papa. So but the thing is we are contributing to their money. What Ghana hwɛ eben de bia no de ne nsa so na so mu beka se de bia ehumoboro ni na ye won sa news wey foi omo ba news no so a they are wearing obroni wig obroni wig
Yeah.
na nsan na me se ye enkola wey na ye pemu me so me nyini no me ya pasoro dada na ye san de hard wey na ye san chichiri wutin metinyi nso no eyemre
Yeah.
nso sende na fra me mu o me wo sa kelly fine hairs ni bi no ena me de akotiti eno keke ameti ho atete no Ghana for ma yes ye ma glue na ye de glue aye we na chese wa hye wave
Aye.
eno nso keke no ade ye natural o Ghana ni de bedi watem o de bedi watem so hye obroni wig odibedi wata wanka na ni gaji ane chese
obroni de ne papa no
oh yeah ese say ye di makeup ni e dia painting ye ni abejo chese wanka makeup na so eno ti Ghana ni anka makeup na ohwe na ni ebimu animu a eno to mo ntimi they can stay away with hey emrade
na sisi a wohwe Ghana kra na mabum bebre mayo aye be obi apọ ne ho obi apese wo look like ana yewo sa from say slay queen or hwan na wo mo popopo mo ho by heart no you know and they have become the role models of the country. So when you have people like that who are the role models of the country, how does the country move forward?
Unim ni Nigeria fwaye because of ahopono. You see, Nigerians are ahead of us in social development.
They really are.
Yeah, because they use their stars, to do something positive. This one of the movie stars, documentary about bleaching, and she went as far as Connors ghetto area, bleaching because now she was being called names. Say and so most of some of the newest Nigerian actresses no name they are natural.
Yeah.
Obesha ni timu puana kinky ones ni bia. Emma no to say omotola no name. We know to say any one of the ladies most of them they tend to remain natural.
Yeah.
Omo to say a real American former pomo they are mixed already. So what you're saying, but your documentary just to teach young children to embrace their blackness, their Africanism, and that's me.
Yeah,
that is me. So, idea ye can she obi. So idea ye be can say ye natural one. Na me can na ye Ghana for hey mo ya burun samfo. Just say,
mami. Ye go school no. Ukoka krobo a ye twa otoma ye say you are speaking vernacular. Yes, you are speaking vernacular. Wahu. Obroni dia na and they say up to today. And you Obroni kasa na dia national language.
Na wa uka brofo edebi obi fa me video. And I'm say domestic way no. Domestically say when you are going to international flight uba na domestic flight domestic kura no Ghana ni ntia se na nko de ba bedi Erade Nyankopon.
Just say
nyame fa yen bone nche to tell the truth. Listen, ye nyini me say mete ya manya kola into sometimes and ye be ankas Ghana first sometimes it and listen I am
hold yourself.
I will have to hold my tongue. I'm telling you, we say center.
Yeah.
Center. Doc, my last one yanko. Na you see a di Ghana for echi ahun.
My last one is Ghana for. Yeah, this year. Okay. So we Gonja new. We are Ngura new. We are Hunter new. We are Krobo new. We are Bono new. We are Santi new. We are Krachi new. We are Dane new. Ye nyina ya this year. Ochodi ampon wabọ yen abewi ase no. Wa mo ebinum se wenmu de wo mo hu nim fa so ana wenmu de wo mo nye. Wabọ yen nyina se yen nyina ya dehye. Eni ntino se dia ye dia boyen no ye kutamu ye na ye de bobra. Na mabum na ye ban. Mma yenya copy na ye copy amanone enomano because Ghana for last we call Ghana na man for young boys pa ye koto jeans ni ye twitwa ni ya twa beto ye to ho na tie kro muntimi nante o nanso eno na obehye because eno na abaso eno ni fashion. That is not our culture. Independence as my ye can. To be truly independent, we have to be ourselves. We have to learn to be ourselves. See a sign called near kofa yenananum amanie any nidia pa nanka yedi titi ma na yedidi or masmani ye no yen sani and conquer fire mania because See, fa obi dear, it doesn't work because that which we are copying belongs to somebody, not to us. Let's pick our own. Yan fa yan kasanya dear. Enti nyame nom ye ohu ye mobo no nkyere kwan no na yan fa so emfa nya adwuma. Eben kwame o se eyasem o doctor. Ade ne asem.
O se bra ye bro no school for speaking vernacular or say vernacular.
Speaking vernacular tree in classroom. Cane me for speaking. How they used to cane me for speaking vernacular in tree. So we have to get rid of that and yankasa yakasa na yentumenka na kasa no obroni say language no eno ana eboa ema yetumi efa biakoye ebakru. Nti the young people no, we should learn to be one. Now one more person only division eba no, ignore them. Na ye monpa say there be no o man be medium when it so pass the country will develop. It will not develop as Ghana, but it will develop as a Gonja nation, as Bono nation, as Ga nation, Ga Adangbe nation, as Ewe nation, as Ahanta nation, and so on. That's my prayer.
Nyame nhyira wo. Etiefo said the motie doctor Dr. Suga obesi in the United States of America, or a anthropologist, or educator. So what you say, or doctor, and your doctor obopani you, but doctor just say otimi kyerɛ a subject we wa ben e wo biribi mu specific animdie bi ekura no otimi edi ewura w'adwene mu ma wo otimi enye teacher wo or doctor enye doctor so wo panie wa obetimi indoctrinate obi ewo specific or a particular subject bi ama wo watimi abeye professor and as obetimi abe I graduated from university. That's right. Sa no ene ye frɛ no wotimi ebe di biribi so. Eno ne ye frɛ ne doctor no. Asɛm a ɔpa akyɛ wa ne sɛ usua asa a wonte enwom a ɛbɔ n'ase a opa ene ɛbɛkyia. Na wanhwɛ yi a wobɛhwe ase ɛwɔ bedwam. Ghana for my suatra. Ghana for ye suatra. Wano na yedidi watem no. Ene abeye profession, obi profession, obroni benefit from obi jimi ye. Eya sansi we said the tie no no. Wo no wo mra oyo no obi ji ho sika in attempt to strengthen you. Wano ene eto na na modidi atem no. Brofo no hye da promote omoto fia no. Ene omo ho nkasa no. Ewo tabloid it was a tabloid mu say a fashion runway was a dem back in those days I no mo kire yen say yen de yen to soso no omo baaye no omo hu say woman bottles something dey abade na hye ho ragum so omo nim saade no e no mo hye da kopam ntoma omo di biribi hyem na ogina ho na nimu ayese na omo pese omo resemble yin ene omo di doctor fele nkrofo ano na wo yedi watem wo ho no oto na yanya wo ho jeans ama wo no ene ye hyeda ade gi wa ho so ho sika na kyese obibini obibini a property we ye wo dia no wasen akọ se yengi wo sika ene achede ye mo dia no you are paying for your own properties just like the Bible said here. Mo amonte Bible monpe Bible no mekan biom o say na menkan kire mo Galatians 5 and Galatians 5 na
4
4 Galatians 4 ma menkan kire mo na yɛmfa mpɔm asɛm bia asɛm nokorɛ which is nyame asɛm for den na meka yɛn. Okay, I mean that the heir, as long as he is a child, is no different from a slave. As long as you remain a child, meaning a slave, so we are on Heniba, so we are wine ba, as long as I say, we are Kolano, we are slave. Though he is the owner of everything, but he is under guardians and managers until the date set by his father. In the same way, also when we were children, were enslaved to the elementary principles of the world. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his son. God, when the fullness of time has come, or say, behold, now I am what? You are old. You are not a child anymore. Utimi bodompem enen kokorafo. Omo sin efifi. Omo num koko. Emra na wote wo mpoto yemu na wo ye ignorant no. Na wonim nokore no. Unhu nyame enokore ye nyame. Se wo behu asem no. Asem ne de eno ne se wo behu asase na wote so no. Tumi e wo so. Enimude wo behu okoromfo a wo ho. Wo behu owidini owo ho. Na wanhwe yi a wo de owidini ba beda wo dem. Na wo da wakum. Inti emra wo hu wonyini ye a wo hu nokore no. Na wo hie Awurade. Ena Ghanaian ose debi they want to remain a slave. Nyame asem ye plain. You want to remain a slave. Or say all things are gone. Behold, things are now new. But Ghanaian impe you want to remain a slave. Up to today, you don't have any principles. Uni nyame, emra wo ye opanyini no, wo da so num koko. Ena nyankopon mu a no onfele wo sinye na wo hu dompe a otimi abodompe ni mu ye. Me chia we mu oden papa. Me se wo a wonti asem I no broni de abu ni ma, but wonti nyame Bible mu asam na me read kire mo. Ya pa two side souls. Katia. Nyame nchira mo. Me nuanom a mo be hwe me. Me gedi se wo be share video no. Share video no ate. Na claim your Africanism. May God bless you all. Nyankopon enhwe mo so.
Amen.
Ya ochina anopa. Wa un share video no message share. Na me ba enye me ne ewe ensamanfo na ma betena mo share na nkrofo enye we. Ye ba beka enema ebema wanyini ewo wabrabom. Na enema ema wanyini de bebre kwa. Nyame de wom spirituality, physical manifestations wom, spiritual manifestations wom, sikasem wom. As you are waiting no, ne ifa uti, ne ebema wojie, ne nyina beka ho bi me ne nyina be wo mo. Ti share video no eben. Nyame nshira Mama Genevieve, Kujem, may God bless you for watching. Please share the video. Ciao. Good evening. About 8:30. Yakoda.